think there is a debate around the principle that it has to be established, but the request is that can the subcommittee bring us a comprehensive report, and as soon as is possible, that committee must meet. I've noted Honorable Mkhaliphi, Honorable Ngubane, and Honorable Majosi, in that order. Oh, sorry.
No, it's fine. Me and Mkhaliphi were one person. So
Okay.
I like the way you put it, that already the GNU is sitting together. Now I want to make a proposal. Given that we have already adopted the motion on who is the chair of the subcommittee, can we then excuse the subcommittee from the training tomorrow to start its work? Because I'm imagining a situation of Tuesday, because Tuesday we must have a plenary. And in that plenary, we cannot have the DA say standing up as an opposition party opposing itself.
Okay.
You must live to that reality, because the DA is going to stand up opposing itself. Yeah. So by Tuesday, we can make an exception that Tuesday morning, because the sitting is in the afternoon. Then Tuesday morning we meet, maybe 11 or 12, and the subcommittee brings us a report which deals with all of that so that we resolve. And going to the House, we don't go with government opposing itself.
I have noted the principle, Honorable Mbomvu.
This thing doesn't switch off.
Thank you, Chair. I wanted to respond that MK has already submitted the names to sit on the subcommittee on the rules. So, and yeah, that's all what I wanted to contribute.
Okay, thank you. Honorable Majosi.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. No, I wanted to respond also on the 3 members that were supposed to be, the 3 members that are supposed to sit in the sub-rules, and we have concluded today, and I think maybe they will be receiving a report in the next 10 minutes that will say that which parties will be representing for the 3 members that were given to other parties. Thanks.
Okay. No, thank you very much. Honorable Nhlangwini, are you covered by Honorable Mente? Okay. No, thank you very much. If there is no other hand, we do agree that the matters are urgent. They would need to be addressed quickly. Instead of saying maybe members of the subcommittee must not be part of the training tomorrow, rather let's ask them to find time, because there may be members who are in that committee who are new, who would benefit from the training. So they can either meet after the training or whatever, but I think there is an appreciation of the agency in resolving this matter. And the proposal of Tuesday, we're going to look at it and then come back to members to say, when are we going to have the Rules Committee? So the agency about when this...
Report back to this committee to say maybe these are the likelihoods that we can establish and see a way forward in terms of that. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Mente.
Speaker, I think there's one speaker, I think it's Honorable Trollip, that kind of cleared what were the dynamics of the previous parliament in terms of getting accountability from the presidency. And with the limited time of the Committee of Monitoring and Evaluation, I'm going to tap into the upcoming item, which is the committees themselves and its confirmation. The monitoring and evaluation, firstly, it was meeting once a week. With the scope of work increasing in the presidency. Now, here was the dilemma. I was a member of SCOPA. The Minister of Presidency, it would be hard to get a minister in the presidency to come as an executive accounting person with the DG of Presidency to come to monitoring and evaluation, as well as standing committees that they must go to account on the issues of the monitoring and evaluation only. Now, there is a need for the presidency. However, for this current moment, there is one DG. When the president was taking all those functions into his office, he knew there was one DG. Therefore, we are not going to be accountable for the incompetency or whatever that happened there. That one DG must account for all the functions that are in the presidency. And if they have to go to 2 committees, so be it, until such time that they realize they need an additional DG for additional functions, if they want to split it. But we want a vote 1 committee where vote 1 is going to be scrutinized and all the other entities. Now, there was, during the announcement of cabinet, when the SOEs were being removed, there was a mention that some of the SOEs will go to the presidency until something happens about them. We haven't been told if Transnet has gone to transport. We haven't been told if Denel has gone to energy or whatever. The only thing we're told was electricity has gone to energy. So there are entities that have moved to the president. Those entities' budget must be accounted for. They are not going to be accounted for if we don't have that committee. And we must agree. If we agree that that committee goes to monitoring and evaluation for the time being, until we deal with all the modalities in terms of what are the functions, when can we get the second DG, but one thing we must agree on, we're not going to only deal with monitoring and evaluation, those useless things of how provinces are functioning and whatnot. We want to know what's happening in the office of the president. Hence, there's so many deputy ministers that are appointed to look after those functions. Thank you.
Thank you, Makubela. In the experience, so that as they reflect, given the discussions we had in the last Rules Committee, that we needed to have more time, that as members reflect on that, they can actually look at the past and how that can be has been dealt with, but also look at the current practice, and then we'll come with a determination. So it's just for tabling and making us to reflect, but the Rules Committee will then deal with it after it has been to the subcommittee. Agreed? Honorable Mente, you like wanting to ask, not wanting to ask? So as I say that this is an agenda item, but it also helps us to know what they will be dealing with.
Yeah.
Yes, Honorable Mente?
Yeah, yes, Speaker. No, my difficulty is I hear what is being explained and that we must make reference to the past experiences. And we seem to be losing focus of what was the purpose of the additional hour. The additional hour was to accommodate, firstly, all of us to be able to ask questions. Asking questions, there has been this conflating of issues when we deal with this matter. Asking a question as a member and asking a follow-up question. Asking a follow-up question, that's not your question. You are simply following up, and you have very limited time to do that. But to ask a question you want to ask and get an answer to that is something different. So this 1 hour was to accommodate that part. All of us will ask follow-up questions. There's no party here that will live without asking a follow-up question. But asking a question is important because that's now you express exactly what you wanted to ask. So the 1 hour was to make sure that all 18 parties can at least appear on the question paper, asking questions. If we then finish the 4 hours without getting to all parties, but they must be able to be elevated to a point where there's an accommodation of everyone in terms of asking the question, and then we'll take it off from there.
I do hope that you'll be in that subcommittee, because really this argument is good for those people who have to deliberate on this meeting and come back to all of us and make us wiser. That being said, honorable members, this brings us to the end of this meeting. Thank you very much. Good night.
Recording stopped.